Opendoor technology today looked really great. I wanted to make a video today because I'm seeing a lot of similarities of what I saw before in Opendoor before it had a nice run. And I'm going to show you what could happen next with Opendoor if we continue this uptrend that I'm looking at. So here's the weekly chart for Opendoor. I know you see a lot of lines, but all these lines are for a purpose. Don't worry, I'm going to tell you everything that needs to be known about Opendoor technology and also why it moved up higher today. I'm going to share with you a lot of things that I found out just recently. So in the daily chart, I noticed we've been consolidating a lot around this area right here. No trend at all. So it means, they're buying shares, they're accumulating shares for a higher uptrend. $7.01 was key to hold. We broke that $7.01 yesterday. $6.86 was the low. But after hours, we came back up to the same area where we need to consolidate at, $7 area. It dipped here and then it consolidated after hours and pre-market, and then it went crazy. It pumped up a lot from $6.95 all the way to $7.74. Very nice day today. Is it a confirmation? Very possible, because these lines that you see right here are all resistance areas that Opendoor needed to break this week or next week. And we broke all of them in one day. So that's a bullish sign for Opendoor, showing that Opendoor has strength again, and they're also buying, creating an uptrend in the price channel. Now, the reason why I have all these lines is because these horizontal lines are the resistance and support lines, right? But these diagonal lines is kind of showing a sign. It's showing a possibility of a bull flag. Now, this is the bull flag pattern I'm talking about, and it's very similar to what's going on right now, Opendoor. No guarantee it's going to happen, but let me just show you. Here's the bull flag trading pattern. It'll go up like this, and then it'll come down, and then it'll come up a lot, and then it'll start to consolidate, kind of like in this angle like this. Could go sideways or could go diagonally, kind of like this, right? And then it'll go up again. Opendoor hasn't done this yet, but we're kind of in this phase right here, right at the flag. The flagpole, the flag, and there's a breakout right there. So we haven't broke out yet, but we are in the flag phase. Here's another picture. Bull flag, bear flag. Flagpole, the flag, and then a breakout. Flagpole, flag, and then a breakdown. Opendoor is right in this phase right here. This was yesterday's pattern for a bull flag. Go up a little bit, come down, come up a lot. Then here's the flag. So flagpole, flag, and then breakout. So it's very possible, very possible. I'm going to show you on a real chart right now. Now here we go, live chart for Opendoor. Come up, come down a little, come up a lot. Here's a bull flag right here, and then here's the breakout. Big things could be coming soon for Opendoor if we break out in this angle. If we do, $9 to $10 should be coming soon if the breakout happens. Not much news, but it said JPMorgan maintains overweight rating on Opendoor with a price target of $8, expecting higher home acquisitions in Q4. So that's going to be good for the housing industry and especially Opendoor. All this other information you already know. So now I'm going to show you a video that came out a day before this uptrend we had today.
Sounds like you think the idea that incomes grow faster than home prices is kind of important.
It is. The housing market has been going down for 3 or 4 years straight. 2026 is going to be the year that things start to get better. It's not going to be some overnight sensation, but it will be an improvement where home prices grow 1% and wages grow 3 or 4%. That means that housing will get slightly more affordable. And that's good news because America needs a break. Housing prices have been going up even as sales have been going down.
The administration is clearly very focused on housing affordability. Commerce Secretary Lutnick addressed it in our interview this morning. They want to see lower mortgage rates. They want to see more supply of homes. I mean, both theoretically would help. Glenn, what do you think is the best policy? What can they do to get the market moving here?
The simplest policy change we could make is to make it easier to build housing. For the longest time, Americans have been divided about whether we want more home construction because, of course, homeowners worry about how it will affect their prices. But now I think the country has got the bit between its teeth, and we are going to build significantly more housing. It won't solve the problem overnight. No one can. But it is the beginning of a new consensus around affordability. And I think what's interesting about it is that it isn't just home prices anymore. It's utility bills because AI data centers are competing for electricity. And it's also home insurance rates because climate-related natural disasters have made it very expensive to live in the West, very expensive to live in flood-prone areas like Florida. So we are seeing people look at more than just the home price when deciding, can I afford to live here? We should see rents increase. For the longest time, there was an apartment building boom, not in the for sale market, but in the rental market, and that really kept a lid on rents. We are seeing more millennials and Gen Z folks living with their parents, shacking up with roomies. Homeownership rates are very low, so that has suppressed rent increases, but it can't last forever.
So that was a great video I want to share with you because it pretty much echoes everything I've been saying. You know, the housing market is going to come back at some point, and that was a great video. So I wanted to show you that, you know, enthusiasm is there in the housing market. And that video I saw from yesterday, and it looked good. Now let's get back to the charts and let's see where Opendoor can go to next. This is the very important part. So the weekly chart, we're looking good. Very good. Weekly, the RSI is in a good spot, and we're still in uptrend. Higher lows, I've been saying this many a times, higher lows, higher highs, and we still have it again. Nice green candlestick on a weekly. The daily chart looks good. We had 5 red days in a row, and then we had a nice green candlestick overshadowing the last 3 candlesticks. So that's going to be very bullish, of course. RSI is pointing upward, very nice. MACD has a lot of room to grow. So the technicals look good, weekly look good, and the daily chart is looking very good also. 4 hour looks good. 2 nice green candlesticks, 8 hours straight, pretty much all green today. And look at the difference between today and other days. There's a huge difference going on. And I think that they were loading this area right here. I think they loaded up the 690 area and the 715 area. And now they're bringing it up higher. I don't think it's over yet. I think they're going to go a little bit higher. 765 is a resistance, but we have more room to grow in my opinion. So the hourly chart looks very nice, very nice. So now let's look at the resistance and support so we can know how to trade Opendoor for the next day and next week. What I'm deleting right now was the resistance that we broke today, which was huge and bullish, but I'll leave 2 on there for the support because a lot of times stocks like to retrace their former resistance. So I'll leave 734 and 746 for support. You see the resistance here at 765? The diagonal line right here, that's part of the bull flag. That's actually part of the bull flag that I drew on the chart on a daily and a weekly. So that diagonal line is right there. So if we break out of this diagonal line right here, which is right around the 750 to 770 area, we can actually start to break out like that image I showed you for a bull flag. But we're not there yet, all right? We're not there yet, and we need to break this area. And that's why I knew that, you know, resistance is going to be here at the 765, 775 area, because there was a resistance line here, horizontal, and then we had the diagonal flag for the resistance as well, for the bull flag pattern. So that's why I drew those 2 lines on here during the day, and I used that as a guidance to where Opendoor was probably going to stop at, and it did, 774, and then it came back down to 756. But this is only one day. I think we have more room to grow. You look at the daily chart, and you can see we only have 1 green candlestick going up. A lot of times when we start to have a run, we have 3 to 4 green candlesticks before we even start to go back down again. As you can see right here on this run from 1121, we had 3 big candlesticks going up, right? Right here, 486, we had 4 green big candlesticks going up. Here, after consolidation, we had 3. And then here was a nice run from $1 and the $10, and that was a big run, so can't count that one. But every time we went down and consolidated, we had at least 3 to 4 big candlesticks, or 3 to 4 average candlesticks, right? So if that happens again, which I think it possibly will, because we have consolidated long enough in this area, in my opinion, all the way from October 14th to December 4th. We've been consolidating between $6 and $7.65. So I think it's time to, you know, start to go higher, right? Why not? And if we do go higher from where we're at now, at 765 to 770 area, then our next test is going to be at the $8. But chart-wise, there's no real resistance till really 864 to 875. So if we do make a run, I think 875 should be an area that we should be able to test. I think so, $8.75. I like to go higher than that, right? You want to break out, like the bull flag breakout. If we do a bull flag breakout, then we can go to $10 or higher. But if it's a regular uptrend while breaking resistance, then the 875 could be in play. But I would love to see that bull flag breakout, because if we get a bull flag breakout, then pretty much guaranteed that $10 will be in our sights to hit that next. Just a reminder, if you like the Opendoor videos I make and you like to see the charts for Opendoor, if you're watching this, give this video a like so I know to make more Opendoor videos. That'll help my channel out, and it'll also help Opendoor to get more publicity, right? More publicity for Opendoor, the more people are buying shares. So subscribe, like, and comment. Especially make sure you like it if you like the video. Take care.